Now, as you can see, I'm joined by Professor Michael Clarke, because are we returning to all-out war between Iran and the United States? Intensifying strikes across the Middle East overnight. There were US attacks on dozens of sites across Iran. It was met with missiles targeting American bases in allied countries, including Kuwait, Jordan and Qatar. So is this a return to all-out war then, Michael?
I don't think so, Leah. I mean, both sides have gone quiet for the last 18 hours now, so there have been no other reciprocal strikes. So, it began with Iranian attacks on 3 ships in the Strait of Hormuz, and then the Americans responded. The Iranians responded again with attacks on American bases, and the Americans have then hit a couple of 2 extensive raids on the coastline of Iran and 1 or 2 inland places as well. So both sides are trying to have the last word militarily, but both of them now have gone quiet for the time being. It might flare up again, but neither side, I think, want to go back to this all-out war, because the Americans have got plenty of military hardware in the area. They've still got 2 carrier battle groups there. The Lincoln is still there, the Abraham Lincoln carrier. The George W. Bush is still there. And those carriers, with their carrier battle groups, are very powerful. They've got a Marine Expeditionary Unit, they've got an assault ship, the Boxer's still there. They've got plenty of stuff to carry on the air war, but to what purpose? And the Iranians, again, they've got about 70% of their missile forces available to them from what they started with. They could carry on attacking the countries in the Gulf, but to what purpose? Other than to raise the sense of loss to everyone. So both sides are more interested in carrying on negotiations, particularly the Iranians, because they know they can string out these negotiations well beyond the 60 days of the ceasefire's extension. And the Iranian calculation is that they can outlast America economically longer than America can last politically, because the Americans are getting closer and closer to the midterm elections. And the Iranians think they've won. They think the Americans will have to withdraw, and they are now, you can see in the things that they're putting out, they are articulating a new regional strategy where they'll have a lot of influence in southern Iraq. They'll have control of the Houthis in Yemen. That will give them control, effectively. There you are, the Red Sea, the bottom of the Red Sea, the Bab el-Mandeb Strait there at the foot of the Red Sea. The Houthis can close that. They can close the Strait of Hormuz. They will have the enmity of Saudi Arabia to deal with, but they had that anyway. I mean, the Saudis and the United Arab Emirates are very hostile now. But they know that the Omanis have got more or less to go with them. Qatar has got to more or less lean towards them a bit more. Qatar is in a very difficult position. So they know that they still have influence over the other Gulf states. They could have a stranglehold over Hormuz and the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, and they're still committed to the destruction of the State of Israel. So from their point of view, they have a new era, a third Islamic revolution to develop.
And all the while then, Michael, what is the situation with the Strait of Hormuz? Is it open? Is it closed? What do we know?
So it's like Schrodinger's cat. It's both open and closed simultaneously. Well, the Strait of Hormuz is interesting because the argument is all about the route. Actually, let me get up and explain. Is all right? Let me explain this. So the route that shipping normally takes is the Transport Separation Scheme, the TSS, and that is around about here, normally. And nobody can use that route because the Iranians say they've mined it, and they probably have. There do seem to be some mines in this area. And what the Iranians say is, OK, the strait is open if you come via Larak Island or near to Larak Island. So the shipping that they allow through the strait is taking a pretty northerly route to come out. And that means they can charge, and they're planning to exert charges. They call them marine service charges, which is a toll to you and me, but they're called marine service charges, and that's what they're going to exert in about 6 weeks' time. The Americans say, no, we have a route along the Omani coast that we've cleared, we've made sure it's safe, right round the Musandam Peninsula, around the Hajar Mountains here, down towards Fujairah. And that route is where these ships were attacked in the week. So the Iranians are saying any ship using this route is not safe because it's not using our route. And that's how it began. And what's interesting is that normally there's 130-odd ships going backwards and forwards day after day in normal times. In the last few days, last week, there was about 30, 40 ships going in and out. Last couple of days, it's 20 or fewer. And none of them, over the last 2 days, none of them have used the American route. Those that have gone in and out have all used the northern route. And that's the difference. So at the moment, the Iranians have got control of what is coming in and out, what little is coming in and out from the Strait of Hormuz. Nobody is using, so far, nobody is using the American route.
OK.
That's what it's about. So are they going to go to war over a route? No. But they might go to war or back to war over who has control of the Strait of Hormuz ultimately. And what the Iranians are saying is, like it or not, we will have control in the future. The Strait of Hormuz will never go back to the way it was.
Yeah, of course, this wasn't an issue before February.
Yep.
Great stuff, Professor Michael Clarke there.